All right, here we go. Week 5. Good job, you guys. Can you see? Let's see if it. Look at this here. Right here. In the old days, that's me and my mom. Olden days, that's us. But now, that's going to be you guys for those who are going to move on into law enforcement. All right, so this week, let's buzz through this. We're going to talk about privilege against compulsory self-incrimination. All right, so we're not going to tell on ourselves, basically. You don't want to be a tattletale against yourself, is basically sums up this whole thing, okay? Should a defendant be compelled to testify in a criminal case? Me personally, no problem. If I'm arrested for something that I know I'm absolutely innocent in the scheme of things, I'm absolutely going to testify to make sure that everybody knows my side of the story of what happened. Because I worked in law enforcement for 33 years, and I know every single individual that I arrested was connected to the crime. However, I cannot, as a law enforcement officer, determine the fact that the person is guilty, because we live in this great country called America, and everybody is innocent until proven guilty. All right? So, privilege against compulsory self-incrimination. You can choose to. You can waive your right, or you do not have to talk to anybody. All right, so there are 4 parts of it. 4 parts. The compulsion to testify must be by the government. The compulsion to testify must be by the government. The compulsion to testify is prohibited only if it forces a person to be a witness against himself. So you cannot be a witness against yourself. Our wonderful book here that everybody I already know has, right? A copy, because everybody's like, oh, do I have to have the book? Do I have to have the book? Well, you don't have to have the book if you don't want to have the book. It's all, you're in college now, right? You guys can do what you want. This is America. Come and go as we please. And it is a wonderful thing. So, let me get you to chapter 5. Woo, we're already way over here. Chapter 5 starts on page 168. Here we go, chapter 5. All right. So, it talks about, to the prosecution be allowed to make the above argument to the jury. What value would the privilege against self-incrimination be if a prosecutor could make such a statement to the jury? So, what I want you to do is right here, right? We're talking about that. It says introduction. This little part right here. All right, on page, what page is this? 117. Okay. Whoa, introduction. So it's going to tell you, consider this argument. Here it is, right there. And to answer that question, that is the first assignment to this PowerPoint, to let us know. And there's like, oh, how come you can't read it to us? Is you have to have the book in order to participate in the class. And then that's how you learn, okay? So, the 4 parts, the third one, the privilege protects a person from being a witness against himself or him or herself for criminal cases only. So, it's got to be a criminal matter that you are involved in and they have arrested you and believe you to be involved in. So, you don't have to testify at all. Only testimonial self-incrimination is protected from compulsion. Again, you do not have to do that. So if it's going to show that you are guilty, then they're going to use it. All right, so handwriting exemplars. Handwriting exemplars, again, going to go back to the book, right? It's got all these different case laws there, and they talk about the handwriting exemplars. And in your book, you will find right there, Boyd versus the United States, Fisher versus the United States, California Buyers, and on and on and on. I want you to give me your understanding of each one, okay? Explain it to me, your understanding. I do not need copy and paste, okay? Tell me your understanding and how it applies to the handwriting exemplars. Okay. I'm going to let you know also that the handwriting exemplars. Okay, here we go. Let me show you. Let me see if I can find a piece of paper. Hold on, let me find a piece of paper. I'll show you guys, okay? Okay, handwriting exemplars. Here's my handwriting exemplar. Says, this is a bank robbery, right? So, this is a piece of evidence if left out of the bank, if somehow I go off the edge and go rob a bank. Okay, I have no intention to rob a bank. This is just an example for this class. All right, so you are now the officer or detective, and you go to the bank, and now you have this beautiful note left by the bank robber. Okay, so now you have this. So not only do you have it, that's excellent for fingerprints, right? Because believe it or not, when bad guys go into a bank, their fingerprints usually are left on stuff because they're sweating. They're all like, oh my gosh, right? Because nobody's ever been at ease robbing a bank. Okay, so now you go catch bad guy, right? You got this wonderful piece of evidence, and now you go catch bad guy. And you ask bad guy, in this case, me, pretend bad guy, right? You ask me for a handwriting exemplar, okay? So the first time I give a handwriting exemplar, you are going to have me write, this is a bank robbery, right? So I'm going to give you, okay, here it is, right? You guys see it again? There we go. This is a bank robbery. Okay, so I see this, right? And then what you're going to have me do is you're going to have me write on a piece of paper, right? Not this is a bank robbery. You have them write something totally different, okay? Whatever sentence you want. So, I decided to come out. This is a way to Little Red Riding's house. This is a way to Little Red Riding's house, okay? So what I tried to do is I tried to disguise my handwriting, right? But I started naturally writing at the beginning. I forgot I was trying to disguise it to show you guys. And try to disguise it on purpose at the end, okay? So, what you do, you try to line this up. Is it going to work in court? No, it's not going to work in court. The reason it's not going to work in court is because the person knows the first time they're trying to make the handwriting not look like the handwriting that they left at the scene, okay? So what do? Again, made up this sentence, right? Whatever sentence you want bad guy to make up in this case, you do. And you have them write it over and over and over and over and over. Okay. Ask me this question. Why would there be need to have it written over and over and over and over? Is there a need? Is there a need at all? Tell me, why? Why do you think? Now, don't run. Oh my gosh, I got to Google it. And, am I going to get this answer right or not? No, I want to know before, right? Before what's going on in your noggin up here to see what you're going to learn from this experience, okay? So make sure you write it down. And then as you continue on, you'll remember like, oh my gosh, that's why she said that, okay? All right, so download this module here. Write up the information on the few questions I already asked. I'll meet you guys at the next module. All right. See you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.